Hello guys, hello ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another YouTube video. And today we are in the city of York, which if you know York, you know the history, you know a lot of the history about it. It's a very intriguing and amazing place to go to, so I would just recommend coming from the get-go. But in this video specifically, we are going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be doing a little ghost storytelling. So I'm going to take you through the history, the dark history of York, some of the haunted places, and I'm going to tell you the stories about why they're haunted. We've got 10 places coming up. So yeah, if you're ready, don't get too scared. We will get on with the video. So here is to the first stop, which we're actually at, and it's Clifford's Tower. So our first stop is Clifford's Tower. And our story begins with blood and horror. In 1190, 150 Jewish men, women and children were captured and kept in that tower, in the bottom of the tower, and they all got murdered. And it is said that when the city is quiet, you can sometimes hear screams from the tower, and you can see people walking around the top of the tower. Now, I can't confirm or deny this, but just be aware that if you come at a certain time or when it's quiet, then if you do see that or hear that, then you know why. I guess the ground never forgets violence. So keep an eye out and be aware, but we will move on to our next stop. So we've arrived at our next haunted, so-called haunted place. And it's actually the Merchants Adventurers Hall. And it was basically a hall and a hub where merchants could come and socialise and trade. And it was built in the 1400s. It is said a grey lady walks these halls. Footsteps cross floors, doors open when nobody stands. And she waits. She doesn't wander. She is waiting. Nobody knows what she's waiting for. But that's the story. So just be aware. If there's a grey lady, then she's waiting. Maybe for you, maybe for somebody else, maybe for nothing. But if you know, then you know. So we have made it to our next stop, which some say is the most haunted pub in the whole of York, and it is the Golden Fleece pub. Just there, that pub right there. And why is it haunted? Well, don't I have a story for you, and this is probably one of the most chilling and scary, quite frankly, stories and beliefs or rumours, whatever you want to call it, that is on this whole journey with us. So you better get strapped in for this one. So it is said that this pub holds more than patrons. It holds spirits. So what spirits do you ask? Well, it is said to host 3 spirits, one being a Roman centurion, apparently. The second, a 17th century noblewoman. And third and final, a World War II pilot that never wanted to leave. So there's 3 spirits, apparently, in that building right there. Even the staff are that scared to use the upper floor of the buildings. So them 2 floors there, the staff are that scared to use the floors that after dark they don't use them at all, because they believe that they're not alone, and maybe they're not. So just be aware, if you're going in the Golden Fleece for a nice drink or some nice food, just don't make fun of what you can't see. That'll be my advice to you. But let's move on to our next place. We are at our next stop, and you may be thinking, why is this haunted? What makes this haunted? What makes this lovely place, the Shambles, haunted? Well, haven't I got a story for you? It is said that the buildings lean closer every single year, and during the Black Death, bodies were carried all the way down to the bottom of the street through here, and the shop owners say that they can hear some kids' spirits through the night. And what makes it even more strange is that because a lot of these are toy shops and they have a lot of toys in, some say the toys actually move at night. So, if you hear children crying, or playing, or shouting, or laughing at a ridiculous time in the morning, just know that it's not the living. And if your toys in the shops move, also know that isn't just a coincidence. Know that that is those spirits, those children's spirits who are moving the toys. Just be aware. So we have made it to our next stop, which it is just a street, but it is the shortest street in England, and it's called Whip Mar Wop Margate, and it is the shortest street in England. And it is said that the dead use this street the exact same way the living do. Do you know how that is? To disappear. And it is said that you can hear footsteps when there is nobody about. It is said you can see shadows when there's nobody about. So just be wary that you may not actually be alone when you come to this street. And there may be people, or should I say, spirits, or people among the dead, a lot closer than you think. Just be aware. So, we are at our next stop, which is King Square. And you'll know this square for having some stalls normally, there's some performers happening here all the time. And yeah, it's normally a very pleasant square, but the story I'm going to tell you today isn't as pleasant as that. So, before York was York, as we all know it, it was a Boricum, and that was Roman. So it had Roman roads, Roman streets, Roman stalls, everything was Roman. And it is apparently said that you can sometimes hear drums and what sounds like Roman soldiers shouting from beneath the floor. And there's nothing beneath the floor. I imagine there's no secret lair or anything. So, to me, that can only mean one thing: spirits. So, if you come in here and you feel a bit uneasy or feel like you've been watched or listened in, then it's probably because you are. So, let's go to our next stop. So, we have just arrived at our next stop, which is Bedern Passage. So, what's haunted about Bedern Passage? Well, clergy used to live here, and people say that they can sometimes now hear chanting, so not prayers, not any worshipping of the good forces, should I say, evil, demonic chanting. People report that they see hooded figures. No, not me, not me. Hooded, invisible, but also very visible figures. And they also feel like they get followed. So I'm not trying to cause any issues, but I'm gonna slowly come out of here because I don't want any hooded figures following me. So you better come with me, quick, 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 quick. So, we've made it to our next stop, which is the treasurer's house, just there. And it is said that in 1953, a man saw a Roman liege going through the cellar walls. And when he described what they looked like, they weren't ghosts, they were rugged, they had all the armour, they had sandals, weaponry, and they were real soldiers. But they weren't alive, I will tell you that for a fact. And it is said that they are still here, they are still roaming round, watching and protecting this city that was theirs way before it was even named York. So just remember, they were here first, and it doesn't look like they want to be sharing anything. So if you're around this area, be aware. You might hear the marching of Romans or the clanking of swords and shields of Romans, but just know they are not dead, but they are very, very real. So, we have reached what could only be described as the pinnacle of tonight's adventure and scary stories. What some believe to be fiction and some believe to be non-fiction. So you'll have to take with what you've learnt tonight and decide that amongst yourself whether you believe it or not. But this is by far the scariest and most serious of all. We're at the heart of it all, the heart of York, the heart of the haunted city, which is York Minster. And way, way, way before it was a minster, this minster, this beautiful minster, was standing here. It was a Roman burial ground. And it is said that sometimes just the casual dead Roman sees coming up from the floor who are only visible from the knees up. And while they're rising, it is also said that a phantom organ is playing very loudly with no organist in sight. The minster isn't just haunted. It has layers of horror and layers of haunted aspects. Everything we've been on tonight leads to this exact spot. So the dead aren't just casually walking around York. They circle this exact ground. And there's probably many reasons to that, but I'll let you decide that amongst yourselves after the information that I've given you about this spot and all the other spots in York. So, to wrap up, what has been it's been a night of terror and a night of horror and a night of stories. Whether you're into this, whether you don't believe it, whether you do believe it, whether it's been quite scary for you. Whatever the case, if you've learned something, if you've been scared, if you felt something, most importantly, then I've done my job. So, if you feel lighter after this whole journey we've been on together, if you feel lighter, then maybe something has stayed here. But if you are feeling heavier, then maybe something has latched onto you. But whatever the case is, if you've enjoyed yourself and learnt something, that is the most important. And I'd like to thank everybody for watching this video. It's been a different video, not the usual travel, telling the histories. I've been telling a little bit about the histories, but it's mainly been focused on horror stories and making a bit of a different style video, because you've got to try these things and just see how they work. But yeah, let's end this amazing video with a view of an amazing abbey / minster, minster. And just in general, the amazing and beautiful, historic, scary, evil York. But that is it today, guys. I hope you liked. If you did like, subscribe, like, comment on what you think and what I should do better. Give me any suggestions. And yeah, I will see you in my next York video, because I have a couple while I'm here. Yeah, I will see you in the next one, which won't be as dark and scary. See you guys later. Whoa!